Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nicole Alvarez. Welcome to the KROQ Coachella Party House, and I'm here with most of the XX, Oliver and Jamie. How are you guys?
Good, good.
Oliver, so I interviewed you guys the first year you ever played Coachella, and I feel like we were babies. I know you were a baby.
Yeah.
It was you and Rami. Jamie wasn't there, and that was such a long time ago, and it was in a different house. Going back to that time, what about you has changed the most?
It's always funny. I always look back. At that moment, I felt like I'm an adult. I'm a grown-up. But I look back and I'm just like, I was a baby. Yep. I was a baby. We came into this festival completely unaware about what it was. And as soon as we stepped up on the stage, we kind of got a grasp of how big it was and how special it was.
Well, especially since you started making music in a small garage, and then you've got something that expanded and massive. I know you guys met in school, but what is it that drew you to each other? What did you have in common that formed the friendship?
I don't really know. I went to the school without anybody I knew. Like, nobody from my previous school came. And on the day where, you go to visit the school just to see what it's like, I saw Ollie and I kind of thought that he would be a good guy. It turned out to be true.
Oliver, what did you think of Jamie when you first met him?
I thought he was a good guy. We were sat next to each other in art class, and the rest is history, I suppose.
The rest is history.
I met Romy when I was 3 years old, and we were in the same kindergarten. And I think, it goes so far back that I can't even remember meeting her.
Do you remember the first song that you wrote together, or what led you to write a song together?
We used to do covers because it was way easier to not be taking ourselves seriously and then kind of like pouring our feelings into songwriting. So we did covers of like Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Wham.
Some great covers.
Some fun one. Lots of Pixies covers. Yeah.
Jamie, what was the first song you ever heard that you, in your head, you reimagined that you wanted to remix?
I don't know. I don't even think I ever really wanted to remix. I mean, first time I heard these guys when it was just Romy and Oliver. I think I was like on an aeroplane to Barcelona for a skate trip when we were 16. And then after that, I started making the backing beats for them. So I guess that was like hearing like VCR, which is a really early demo. That was the first time I wanted to make something that wasn't just me.
So something really cool that you guys have done is Night and Day. So I want you to explain Night and Day in your own words and how that came about.
Okay, Night and Day is like...
So for you guys, it's from what I know, tell me if I'm right or wrong, instead of just playing gigs, you decided to make each gig like a festival that you curated yourselves. That's very ambitious, but it's incredible. So what was the first Night and Day gig that you had?
We did 3 for the last album in Berlin, in Portugal, and in London. Those were more like single-day festivals. And then just a few weeks ago, we did one in London for 8 days.
You actually made history.
Yeah.
Is it the O2 Academy or the Brixton Academy?
Brixton Academy.
Brixton Academy. So I believe it's the longest series of sold-out shows. So you've now made history at this legendary place.
Yeah, we broke a record.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I just watched the documentary, and I was surprised because I thought the documentary was just going to be about the shows, but it's so much more. You highlight a sense of creativity and community, which is incredible, and I learned a lot about South London. Tell me about the making of the documentary and why you thought it was important to do.
Well, we just wanted to make sure that, like, us coming back to Brixton, which is close to where we grew up, we wanted people who still lived there to feel like we were doing a good job and representing them. And we wanted to give back to the community, so we did big charity shows and went to visit all these charities, and I feel like we really felt like a part of it again.
The part that gave me goosebumps that I've seen like 10 times is when you collaborated with Florence Welch of Florence the Machine. What did that feel like? Because she is a powerhouse.
She is a firecracker, definitely. She's been a friend of ours for years. We met her before our first album came out, and yeah, it was a fun experience. But when you've got the full voice right next to you, I have to say it's a lot. It's so
intense.
impressive. It's so impressive, and she's such a performer. I just felt really inspired.
It came across in the documentary because even afterwards, when you guys, I think you've done performing and you're walking down the hallway, she's all like still like on a high and elated, and you can just see it on your face. I have a few fun questions for you if you don't mind answering. Describe your favorite moment at a show, but as a fan, not as a performer.
My favorite gig I ever went to was, it was Beyonce at Glastonbury 2010 or 11. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. For her to come out to an audience that isn't necessarily there for her, but to win over like 80,000 people, it was incredible.
Her husband actually did that. He played Coachella and nobody really knew what to expect. And he, instead of just doing his songs, he reworked some like Oasis songs, and he knew kind of what he was playing to, and he just won the crowd. It was incredible. Jamie, if you could describe Coachella in one sentence, how would you do so?
Hot and fun.
Okay, I like that one. Okay, and the last fun question. In your dream Coachella lineup, who would you get to headline, alive or dead, just for fun? An artist that's no longer with us or somebody still alive. Your dream Coachella headliner.
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, that would go well with the desert.
Yeah, we saw Fleetwood Mac like 2 years ago at the Forum in LA, and it had been a long build-up of like wanting to see them, and they did not disappoint. It was incredible.
So tonight you go on before Radiohead, which is, I imagine, is a magical feeling for you, because it is for us. Did you ever imagine you would go on before Radiohead in the desert, your third time playing Coachella, third or fourth?
Jamie's fourth, as a band, our third.
Does that mean stuff to you to share the stage with certain bands?
Yeah, definitely, especially Radiohead.
When you go on tonight at 8:04, this is weekend one, what will you do in between weekend one and weekend two?
We're going to San Francisco to do a bunch of shows.
And Phoenix.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much,
Thank you
and
for having us.
congratulations on the new album. It's absolutely spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, the XX.